Joined by Arizona point guard James Akinjo. We'll start with questions for James. Justin Spears, Arizona Daily Star, you're first.
James, not the ending that you guys wanted to your season, but all things considered, how would you just look back on how you were able to get through this year?
I think I had an all right year. I think me and my teammates, we fought hard. And it was really fun playing with you guys. And, man, it sucks to end the way we did, but we got to go home, kind of reflect on the year and, talk about what's next moving forward.
And what do you think this team showed over the course of the year, despite there being no postseason?
A lot of toughness, a lot of focus, and a lot of heart. I think many people expected us to give up once we found out there was no postseason, but we kept fighting and just kept playing like we did have something to play for.
Bruce Pascoe, Arizona Daily Star. Bruce?
Kind of along those lines, James, but did you feel like, you were able to make it, what particular parts of your game do you think that you were able to get better? I mean, certainly you're a big part of what this team has done. It seemed like, do you feel like that in the leadership role, or what was it that you felt good about?
I think I've really grown as a leader, especially playing with this team with a lot of new guys, 10 new players, most of them being freshmen, some of our core guys being freshmen, and I really feel like they really helped me, force me to become a leader fast, and I feel I've really grown in that area.
I know it's early and you're focused on the game, but I mean, do you have any initial thoughts on, like, do you want to come back next year and go for this again, or kind of what could happen with you in the future?
Focus on the game right now.
Yeah.
I want to go back and reflect with my teammates. It's too early to think about anything like that.
Okay. Thanks.
Steve Rivera. Steve?
Yes, James, along those lines, you kind of already answered some of it. How difficult was it given COVID, the no postseason, things like that from start to finish where, there was just a long season, or was it a long season?
It was a really long season. It was real difficult. Some of the things that, we were stripped from, like playing in front of our crowd at McKell Center, other things like that, playing in front of any crowd. It was really tough, getting up every morning, every single day at 6:45 to COVID test. Having to sacrifice, even being with your friends, things like that for this right here. So it was tough, but, I would do it all over again. I'm glad that, all my guys went to sacrifice.
Because you had to do it so much with the player, you guys got closer together, you think, as a group because of all this?
Definitely. Yeah, we got really close and really grew up a lot.
And maybe just lastly, if I could, one of the guys on the TV commentators hinted that you might test the waters. True, untrue?
Too early to think about anything like that. We just lost. I want to look back on the season. Go ahead and, kind of suck up the moment with my teammates.
All right, thanks.
Alec White, you're next. Alec?
Yeah, James, you talked about some of the growth that you had, but what about the rest of the players on the team? Where do you guys think that from start to finish you guys improved on throughout the year?
I think we improved on a lot. I think you watched us grow up. I think we got better just with everything, just defense. And I think each player has grown individually in their own way, and together it helped us grow as a team.
And what was it like this last month having Kerr on the team, and what did you notice from him about the boost he gave you guys?
Man, it was real big and real fun playing with him. He's a high-energy guy. He could really shoot the ball, and it was really fun playing with him, and he gave us a real boost that we needed, and he came at a critical time. We had a lot of tough games ahead. We needed his spark, his energy, so it was real fun playing with him.
And Bruce, we'll go back to you. Bruce?
James, was there anything about Oregon in this game particularly you think was different? I mean, it seemed like you guys came out in the first half particularly, zigzagging back and forth. What about them? They out-rebounded you guys, which you usually don't. That usually doesn't happen. Was that a lot of it, or was there anything else different that was really tough today?
Definitely, rebounding had a lot to do with it. They're a really good rebounding team. We struggled rebounding against them for the second game in a row, and give them credit. They got a lot of good players over there, and they made a lot of shots, especially from the three. I think they went 12 for 20 from three, and
yeah,
it's really tough to beat a team when you go 12 for 20 from three. So they made a lot of shots, and they out-rebounded us. They're a really good team.
Was it, you were saying that you were really up for playing this game. It seemed like you guys had your usual intensity, but they, on the other hand, have a chance to win the league if they win these 3 games they have left. I mean, did you sense that maybe, they just had to have this maybe even that much more?
Obviously, I think both teams play hard. Obviously, they playing for something real big, and we feel like we playing for something too. We playing for this thing that's on the front of our jerseys and our chests. So, obviously, both teams, we knew they was gonna come out playing hard, and they got the edge tonight.
Yeah. Thanks.
And we'll end with Justin Spears. Justin?
James, I'm curious, did you ever pay attention to the comments Jim Boeheim made about you last season?
No.
Okay. What is your biggest source of motivation?
Just playing for where I come from and playing for my teammates. These are guys that, we get up every day with. These guys that we see in practice work hard every day. These are my brothers, so I want to play hard for them every time I step on the court. And obviously I want to represent. I want to put on for not just Oakland, Richmond, but the whole Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? So that's my motivation.
And lastly, when you look back on just the entire season and you look at the younger guys that you've been able to play with, who would you say has made the biggest progress?
Hard to say. I think they all made a lot of progress in their own ways that you guys may not see because, you're just watching the game, but we see because we're with them every day. So I think they all made a lot of progress, and I'm really proud of the young guys.
Thank you, James.